shut them down so they can have a good offseason. They can come in healthy to spring training and give it a shot next year and try to go win next year. And hopefully the extra inning record isn't as bad, right? Hopefully they'll win one game in extra innings next year. Hopefully the record in one-run games isn't as crappy as it is. Uh, I know a lot of this is like hope, right? Hoping that these big guys step up next year. That's a lot of the strategy, it feels like, going into this offseason. But what else? What other choice do we have? Because those guys are going to be here for a long, long time. They're not trading those guys. So you have to hope. Now, there's other things on the roster, right, that we can talk about where it's not hope. When you sign him, it's hope. But like you can be like, no, we're not bringing that guy back. We got to go upgrade position X. We got to upgrade position Y, right? But there's some of them, the big guys. You just have to hope that they will turn it around. You have to hope that Xander will have a better season. You have to hope that Soto will not have a terrible month of August. You have to hope that Manny doesn't get hurt a couple times and he doesn't vastly underperform before he gets hurt, right? On that hit by pitch against the Royals, you got to hope that Crony can come back and be better. You got to hope that Joe Musgrove and his shoulder is going to be good. You got to hope that Darvish will be healthy for next year. You got to hope that whoever they bring in for this starting rotation won't get hurt and will pitch well. You got to hope that this bullpen can bounce back. You got to hope that Robert Suarez will be able to fill that closer role. You got to hope that Scott Barlow can fill that 8th inning or the 7th inning role, right? You got to hope that some of these guys will just be better next year. It's a lot of hope. That's kind of like the strategy, some of the strategy going into next season. And that is scary, but I still want to remain optimistic about the club and, realize that there's still talent on this team. And I'm not going to let this team off the hook. No, this season sucks. It's been really disappointing. But I don't think that these guys just forgot how to hit and, they forgot how to hit with runners in scoring position all of a sudden. I just refuse to believe that. Yes, it has to be better. And I think some of it is they need to be prepared more. And some fans might say, well, that's just an excuse. Again, I don't want to make excuses for these players. Like, they have to be better. But we have heard reports like they're not given the same information that they were given in previous ball clubs that they were on, right? Like, there was a quote out, I forget who had it, but like, Juan Soto is not going to be the same Juan Soto if you don't give him the tools necessary to be Juan Soto, So part of it, I think, is not on the players. Part of it is obviously on the players. And the majority of it is on the players. And some of this is on AJ Preller. And some of this is on Bob Melvin. But if you're going to divide, let's say we have like a pie, right? And we divide some of the pie, like the percentages, whose fault is it? I mean, the players, obviously, they get most of it. And then it's AJ. And it's hard to identify like front office or coaching staff, but they get some of it and Bob Melvin gets some of it because he's made some bad decisions this year, just like every other manager in baseball has, by the way. But yeah, definitely the majority of this is on the players, and a lot of this, the strategy for the offseason, or like how is this team going to get better, is these players just having a better season and just hope. Hope, literally, the 4-letter word, just hope. Hope that these guys will turn it around next year. And if the Padres have Juan Soto next year, like, that's a totally different discussion. But if they have Juan Soto, hopefully he will be a little bit better. Hopefully there'll be more depth on the bench. AJ, because I'm assuming that AJ is going to be here. Hopefully Preller will have a better bench. He'll, get some better bats for this offense. The bullpen will be a little bit better. Whoever doesn't come back in the rotation, they can be replaced. And again, hoping that guys can stay healthy next year, because the injuries are a part of this, part of the reason why the Padres are, 10 games, 10 games under 500, and why they're going to be golfing in October instead of playing in postseason games. So, yeah, it sucks that hope is the big strategy here, but it's a fact.